municipal judge issued a direct verdict of acquittal in the case of a man charged with harassing Ozark Mayor Mark Blankenship. The ruling concludes Blankenship lacked sufficient evidence to convict Bryant Fontenot on the misdemeanor charge. He and Blankenship engaged in a confrontation after an Ozark City Council meeting. Fontenot was among those who pushed for Blankenship's censure in a dispute over public library books. The mayor distributed text messages with Fontenot on city letterhead papers.